Yo, what's going down? This is your boy Dub FX. I am doing a show called Hook, Line, and Thinker with DJ D Phoenix on Neo Retro FM, so tune into that.
We've already got our T-shirt orders in for the night.
I know. We're going to have another.
I like that.
T-shirt orders are
What
already in
about
tonight.
you?
I had mine made. It was
Oz,
my T-shirt said I survived Plan B, so that should tell you a whole bunch about me.
I survived Plan B.
Plan
Was
B.
that the one? Was that the one from outer space? No, that was Plan 9.
That was Plan 9. Yeah.
That's
Plan
right.
B is what you get when you have an accident.
Oh, I thought that was number 2. Diggler,
That's a different sort of
Plan
accident.
B.
Dig.
Yeah,
What's
I
your
got
word?
a couple giant puns for everybody.
Good,
All
go
I
right.
never
for it.
expected this I never expected this conversation to reach such big heights.
Oh,
It's
that's,
kind of a big deal, Darren. It's a big deal.
that's,
It is.
that's phenomenal.
And do you know we all have something in common with giants?
What?
We
Two
all
eyes.
use big words on this show.
Oh, whoa, dude, oh, that's great.
It is an endless resource of stuff with you, isn't it? Well, guys, it has been fun. And I think what we'll
And what
do
about you, Darren? What's your
Oh, what's
deep
my word of the
word?
world?
Yeah, don't you have a word for the world?
Yeah. Life is short. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you might miss something.
Oh, thank you, Ferris.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. And then I follow that up with Bueller.
Bueller.
Oh, no, he said, what do you say? He's at the end of the film, he says, what are you still doing here? Don't you
Yes.
go home. Go.
One
Yeah.
of John Hughes's most excellent films.
Yep.
And speaking of excellent films, we've reached the end of ours, kids. So
Oh,
on
no.
behalf of the Groove Zone crew, this is DJ D Phoenix. Thank you for watching Hook, Line, and Thinker. On behalf of Robin and Oz and Diggler, Doug Next Door, and Duckie, we'll see you guys soon. Don't go anywhere. We've got songs coming up. This is They Might Be Giants. We'll be back after the track. Don't go
Love
anywhere.
and peace.
Perfect
Oh,
choice.
bye, guys.
I
I'll
look
see you
up
guys
to you,
next week.
Darren. I look up to you.
I'll talk to you soon, man. You're my friend.
right.
Okay.
Bye,
We
guys.
can all do whatever we want to do for the last 30 seconds.
Oh, we have
Yeah,
30
one.
seconds? Ooh.
Ooh,
Wow.
maybe.
Don't-
Watch him all
don't tell me
fly out.
that.
I don't know, Oz. It's all you. Have you seen any UFOs or anything, or any new cell towers go up?
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. A couple of weeks ago, I was walking a friend out to his car, you know, and it was, I think, about 11:30 p.m. And, you know, if it's a clear night, I'm a sucker for stargazing. I'll start looking at the constellations and stuff and, you know, seeing what planets are out and bright and visible. And then I was just like looking right overhead because it was just so clear. And, you know, I usually I can identify a satellite, you know, because it just has like, you know, a real straight, you know, orbit. It's not doing anything crazy and stuff.
Right.
But, so at first I thought I saw a satellite, and then next thing you know, there's like 2 of them, and then 3 of them, and then they're like in formation, and they started accelerating at the speed. I was just like kept looking up in amazement. But then I like everywhere I was looking, there was stuff doing that, and I was like, it was like a fleet of what I don't know if it was a fleet of satellites or a fleet of UFOs up there, or
This was above your place where you guys live?
yeah, right down, yeah, right downtown in Olympia, yeah. And and Gretchen saw some of it, and I was like, look at that, you know, and so yeah, I haven't really been out much since.
How many nights ago?
This was about 2 weeks ago.
Did you happen to look in the? I don't remember seeing anything in the paper or anywhere. Does anybody else?
You know,
Was it inner atmosphere, or do you think it was outside the atmosphere?
I think it might have been outside the atmosphere because
So it
it
was up.
was high up.
Okay.
And I mean, they were camouflaged in with the stars. If you wouldn't have known any better, and you just kind of glanced up there, you would have thought there were stars. But then
Right.
I noticed the movement. And then, like, you know, like satellites, normally I wouldn't think traveled as fast as these were. And so, and then they like would have these formations that like would create like triangles and stuff like that. And so that's what started leading me to like I kept looking. I was out there for about 20, 30 minutes just checking out these things flying around up there. And
What
you know, I don't
color
have
were the lights?
Mhm.
What color were the lights?
They were like I said, they camouflaged with the stars.
All right. Well, so that was DJ Dizzy with a UFO sighting here not that long ago. Gonna come back to the second part of that here in just a second, and then we're gonna break away and be back here momentarily for the next segment. You guys don't have to go anywhere. Just stay right here on the page and just watch for the next live feed. I, on the other hand, will have to back out and then come back in, but that's okay. Anyway, here's part 2 of Dizzy. Don't go anywhere. It is next here on Hook, Line, and Thinker. Ain't that right? That's right. Have you seen any UFOs or anything, or any new? Okay, so what just happened? Let's try this again. There we go.
They were kind of like whitish, like white.
Yeah.
There wasn't any color changing that I could see or anything like that. But like I was saying, they were accelerating faster than the satellites. So that's left me perplexed. I didn't know what to make of it, and I don't have a decent camera, so
Right.
it's hard to get that kind of good images of that stuff that far away at nighttime. You have to have a really fancy camera.
Yeah, you've got to have the right equipment, or else, it doesn't show up.
A minimum $1,000.
Does anybody happen to know if Elon was floating any of his toys recently?
I don't know.
I can't tell you how many people I've heard of that thought that string of lights that he had up a while back, the satellites or whatever, all in a row, were a UFO invasion.
Like Project Blue Book or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you hadn't heard that he was putting his toys up into orbit, you probably would have freaked out a little bit. But I didn't, and actually, like all the footage that I saw and all the things that I heard, you could always tell that it was his stuff. And it was around what's that?
I wonder why they're letting him do that.
From what I understand, he's like really cluttering up the atmosphere with shit.
Well, yeah, right. And why would they let him do that? I mean, he must be, seriously funding some stuff. In order for them to go outside of basically protocol.
Yeah, but I think what he wants to do though is he wants, I don't know, maybe that's why he's pushing for a Mars
because
exodus.
Well, because everything would have to be on a particular orbit because of everything that we send in and bring back. We want to make sure it doesn't collide, so we'd have to know what its orbit's going to be.
Right. Maybe Elon Musk is the Antichrist. Maybe this is how it all ends.
I don't feel so bad if that's
Doug,
okay.
what do you think? Do you think that Elon Musk is... Do you think he's Satan?
Well, if he's Satan, I'd probably have to have a buddy tag out.
This is the Doug Show. Shush. What'd you have to say?
Elon Musk, Satan.
Did you say Satan?
That would be
exactly.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What? Doug doesn't like.
What?
Doug doesn't like Satan?
No, I don't think he likes Elon Musk. I personally, I'm one for Jovan Musk, but that's a completely different brand. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I like Muskox, though.
You like his what?
Muskox.
Oh, Muskox.
Muskrat.
That's not what I said.
Muskox.
No.
Sound like me.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's good thing
like
we've only
the
got
bubble.
8 minutes left because that just went downhill really quick. Do you guys want to watch some videos? Yeah, great.
We're watching Hook,
Let's
Line,
watch
and
some
Thinker
videos.
on XL Vibe Radio.
Yeah, but they'd have more fun if they were watching us on YouTube and listening to us on X Vibe.
Okay.
But I know that's what you meant.
Okay. All right.
Okay, when you're ready.
You're watching Hook, Line, and Thinker on X Vibe Radio and YouTube.
And we don't always look like this. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I need a cue card for that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
All do. We should just all write it down.
If you write it down, and I can do like a teleprompt.
Yeah.
We all
And
need to
that-
write it down for ourselves. We on the
I
index
know, huh?
card.
I should have a cheat sheet over here.
I know.
Right.
It'd be different if this wasn't like, the 4th year you'd been on here already.
I know.
I have the same problem though.
No, you're only like 2.5, 3 years.
Still.
I know, even still. But yeah, but when you're put on the spot, and I never know who's gonna be asked to do it, so I'd freeze too. Hey, we could ask Ian to do it. He'd probably do a better job than the rest of us anyway.
I've been told I have a radio voice.
Yeah. Well, the only bits of information that you need to remember is that they're listening to us on X Vibe Radio, and it's Hookline X Vibe Radio, and it's Hookline and Thinker.
Okay. You're listening to Hookline and Thinker on X Vibe Radio.
First time out of the gate. I'm telling you. Just, I didn't think that they could win championships that quick. Oh, hello, everybody. That was our new friend, or at least our guest for the evening. We'll just call him Ian, giving us the intro there. And I'm DJ D Phoenix coming to you out of Western Washington, the South Puget Sound area tonight. And with us, we have DJ Dizzy Scribbles from Wonderland, Washington. Hello. I don't see Gretchen.
She's at her mama's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's at mom's.
At Mums. Okay, well, good. That's good though, because we've got you here, so that's equally as grand. And we've also got from the Olympia area, we've got DJ Fury, also known as Stormy.
What's up?
Oh, that's so wild. The acoustics are weird, aren't they? Yeah.
The what?
The acoustics.
Yeah, I know, because I can hear you downstairs too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good times. So now at least I can see what I want to show you guys tonight. We'll just kind of play it by ear. So let me ask, and shall we just refer to Ian as Ian then?
That's fine with me.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, then Ian, if I might ask, have you ever seen any kind of aerial phenomenon that you can't explain?
Only on LSD.
Nice answer.
That
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. That was the wrong thing. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Okay. So we don't really know if they were really there or not then. Is that what we're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've had those too. And yeah. I remember talking to God one time down at Percival Landing.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's God and the devil roam around there.
Oh, I don't think God roams around there. But yeah, no.
He watches. He's a
Yeah,
lawyer.
he looked down from the sky and opened his mighty mouth and had a chat with me. So Tammy 2.0 could confess to that too. So anyway, enough glory days talk. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
good. Anything new or exciting going on in your world, Dizzy?
Just trying to finish up the release project. I've got a couple albums coming out at once.
Right. And how close?
Oh, I'm probably only halfway there.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I
is
would
it
like
going to be a 25 release or a 26 release?
It might be end of 25,
Okay.
close to 26. Yeah.
Okay.
But I would like to have it done by 25.
Well, yeah, because that gives the world at least 2 years to listen to it
And,
before the world ends.
There is still a Job Corps operation that works on the premises, but it's
Oh, wow.
mostly now a park run by the Port Authority, and you can actually go there. The grounds are mostly open. You can find the old graveyard, although most of the gravestones have been moved en masse during an operation during the 80s. So fascinating place to work. Lots of
Oh my
interesting
gosh.
things to tell.
I'll bet. Just the history, and can't even imagine not only what occurred there over the course, especially in its early days, before the modern. Would you remember what year was the buildings built? Do you remember?
Late 1800s.
Okay, so it wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah. that thing has got some.
That's established.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. And although most of the buildings that weren't in use recently are locked, I became friends with the unofficial historian of the grounds, and I had the privilege of going inside a few of the buildings, which was intense and incredible. Very fascinating.
Did the hair stand up on the back of your neck?
A little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Little bit.
Just
A little bit.
it.
So, do you have access to any of the old formal records then?
My friend, the historian, does. Yeah. He's on YouTube. His handle is Little Gray Ranger. He attended an auction here a few years ago in which the Port Authority, who is the new entity that owns it, they sold off an incredible amount of memorabilia from it just by the pound. Like, they were just trying to empty out the buildings. It was a tragedy, but he has tons of historical documents that and if you look in the windows to this day, you can see files lying on the floors of some of
Right. I bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause a lot of that just gets abandoned once they're shut down.
Yeah, like really, who's going to go
Stuff
bother?
just
Who's
gets
gonna bother-
left.
Just left behind. Yeah, and either.
That's what happens.
Wow.
It's some of the buildings are still almost like a still life. There are unoccupied wheelchairs and gurneys. My office was the old gurney storage room. It was right next to the recovery. It was within the recovery center for the lobotomy area, which was right next door to my office. Yeah, pretty wild. But the craziest thing in state that no one knows is that there is a building there in which everything is child-sized.
Ah.
Yeah.
Should I stop?
Oh. Okay.
No, please go on.
Okay.
So
So
if you can
there
handle it,
are
we can.
rainbow and tree murals on the walls. There's a lunchroom, just like a school lunchroom, where you slide the trays down the rail, all child-sized. But here's the catch. There are no records of children being at Northern State other than the children of the employees. So we don't know what that building was used for.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Already looked that one up.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done quite some extensive research, and so has my friend, Little Gray Ranger, and no records of any children's program there ever.
So, but what are the chances? Okay, I understand. Like, we all know that in some of those establishments that were erected so long ago, a lot of these disabled people or patients of one kind or another were accosted in certain ways in which resulted children.
Right.
But they had to be hidden children. And it makes me wonder.
Oh, right.
There is that. I tend to think less so at Northern State, just because their quality of care seemed to be better than that when they were operating. There's a book called Under the Red Roof that is about Northern State, and it includes a lot of letters from not only people who lived there as patients, but also employees and family members of patients. I actually have a close friend whose father was there, actually, back in the day, because it didn't close until like the 1960s, I think.
So it closed for a while. Wow.
Yeah, it was around for a long time. It was one of the first mental institutions in the United States, and kind of an early one. It kind of helped start the trend of these productive sort of farm communities at mental hospitals. And the idea was that it would give the patients better quality of life. And when we read these letters from the former patients and family members and employees, it really does come through that most of the people were grateful to have something productive to do because there was so much downtime at mental institutions at that time. And people who were in mental institutions were not deemed by society in general as capable of doing productive work. This was a completely self-sustaining community with cows for dairy. The patients would milk the cows. They had crops. They completely fed themselves. It was totally self-sustaining. And for the most part, the residents there were very happy, and a lot of them got better.
It's so beneficial to them.
But you don't hear about that side of those kind of institutions, though. All you hear,
No,
like,
you don't.
You hear the urban legends and the horror stories and stuff
The
like
horror
that.
stories.
So, yeah.
Well,
Wow.
it'd be kind of nice to get a little bit more information about this and maybe, redeem some of the places that were really trying.
No doubt. Hiro, what were you going to say?
I just looked up the book. It's actually on Amazon and available on Kindle Unlimited. So,
okay,
if you're a subscriber, you can read it for
Okay.
free, which I will be doing.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a good.
Well, and I know that both Party and Fury have talked about wanting to go on like a ghost hunting trip, and it's like not interested. But it sounds like there's probably one or two of them like floating around where you were at.
There are tours of Northern State you can take. We actually have here where I live in the mountains, we have a small radio station that hosts a paranormal oriented show, and they do tours out there and ghost watching. And
You're watching Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast on Groove Zone Radio and X Vibe Radio with your host, DJ D Phoenix, and me, DJ Fury.
There we go.
Now, for everybody listening, everything in this show is for entertainment purposes only. We are all just trying to have some fun.
That's all we do this for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not real. It's not real. It's not. Yeah. Well, thank you, Fury. That was awesome. Just like a pro, actually.
Sixth time.
I wasn't gonna call you out and throw you under the bus on that. Yeah.
You messed up the first one tonight, so I don't want to hear
I
it.
know. I did.
Because then you've also got, like Dogman, right? Interdimensional or man-made.
Oh yeah, you know what? Gretchen brought up a really good point. She's in the shower always. But she mentioned to me the other day that she heard something about the families, some of the old elite families, like were connected to the reptilians, which I already knew that, but the ones like the DuPonts and the Rockefellers. She was telling me that one of them was dog people and one of them was reptilian. And when she gets out, I'll have her come and tell us about that. But
the Rockefeller family was one or the other?
Yeah, one is associated with one with them. Yeah, so and they've
who
been
was the
formerly.
family? Who was the second family?
DuPont. Yeah.
Oh.
I know, huh? She even said their old the way they said the names in a long time ago, like it was like Rockefeller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oz,
Yes.
what do you think?
I've done a lot of thinking on it, and I haven't come to a conclusion of what my personal thoughts are, but I do have a theory that maybe it reaches into the biblical spectrum, where the Dogman could be a creation of modern man and past man, as a vessel for souls, like the giants that got curb stomped in the flood.
Okay.
That's my belief is that's what demons are, and they're always looking for a soul to inhabit, or for a body to inhabit, a soul to take over. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense. It's a little in order, I think, not too far out there.
So But what souls would that be, though? I mean, like, how is that man?
We the people, you know, the human inhabitants of the planet.
So, what do you guys think about?
Good.
What? Go.
I was going to say the reason that that would all come about would be because of the scorn of the fallen angels and their offspring, you know, and then trying to wreck a bloodline and ruin a race because they're all ticked off.
So, do you think that the elite, whatever that is, do you think that they're the original bloodlines then?
No.
I mean, not the original, but the ones that we hear about.
Where?
Well, you know how like the bloodlines have like, you know, gone from, you know, since Adam all the way down.
Well, the whole point behind Adam and Eve was to create an established route for a bloodline that would stay pure. And it comes out of Moses because he was the last. That's why the flood came about. Moses was the one that built the ark because he was supposed to preserve his bloodline.
You mean Noah?
Down the road? Pardon me?
You mean Noah? Noah.
You're both talking at the same time.
Noah, not Moses, right?
Yeah, who did I say? Moses?
Yeah.
No, I mean Noah McGillicuddy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that was supposed to lead to Christ. The Adam and Eve were basically just a purified bloodline that was isolated from the rest of the world because it was getting just trampled in its bloodline impurity. It had to have pure pedigree, or else the whole point of Christ wouldn't have been worth spit.
Right. So, but that's what I'm wondering though. So, does that mean that the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers and the DuPonts, are they any of the? Because they're obviously the elite.
I think they are minion to the Nephilim, the true Nephilim, which are the fallen angels. The Geber were the offspring, the giants, men of renown. That was Geber and a few other things. But the actual Nephilim, if you go back far enough, read far enough, and look enough, you'll find that the Nephilim are not the offspring of the fallen angels through being with the woman of daughters of man. It's
because you said brought to you by. I was waiting for you to say fallen. Like Folgers or something like that. And
okay.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
With your host, DJ D Phoenix.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Hey, everybody. You guys are watching our lovely podcast, Hook, Line, and Thinker, with your hosts, DJ D Phoenix, coming at you from Olympia, DJ Fury, also coming at you from Olympia, and me, DJ Duckie, coming at you from Seattle. How you doing out there?
Hi, that's where the blue skies I've ever seen her at.
That was perfection.
That was. Thank you, Duckie. And that is DJ out of Seattle. And what DJ Fury said a moment ago, tin hats or tin suits.
Tinfoil hats, yes.
Right.
I think we should all wear tinfoil hats on the next episode.
What? I think we should have a contest, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to win it.
I don't know. You haven't seen some of Jeffrey's concoctions. Actually, DJ Duckie has got some amazing stuff in his bag of tricks.
I bet.
You're is that Harold Lloyd?
Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd. Aren't you putting together?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's looking really spanky so far.
I'm putting together a Harold Lloyd outfit. I have the glasses and I have a boater hat now too.
You do have a hat. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think we should do a contest. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll do it for like 2 weeks out. Cool. And that'll give everybody a chance to work on it. Because we're supposed to have other panelists with us here today, but que sera, so far life is happening, and at least it's the three of us. So I'm very
Yeah,
appreciative.
we're here.
Tinfoil hats are made for conspiracy theorists or UFO observers. I don't know. What is it?
They're worn by people who are paranoid about transmissions affecting their brains, right? They wear those so like supposedly alien transmissions or perhaps governmental transmissions can't affect them, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
And then-
hats by Faraday.
that makes sense, actually, now that I think about it. So I wonder, in association with like maybe the UFO phenomenon, if it were a matter that, yeah, it were like alien rays or something being beamed down, that maybe that would protect them from, because at one point it was just a hat, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean the term tinfoil. The term tinfoil hat now is used to describe anybody who's, if you're a tinfoil hat person, you are paranoid. You believe in all these conspiracy theories. You think that everyone's out to get you, and you think people are trying to, control you and all that. Like there's a secret worldwide cabal, and they're all people in positions of power are secretly lizard aliens, and et cetera, et cetera. So
Right. Well, because of that delivery, I have to ask then, Duckie, how much of it do you believe?
how much of it do I believe? Well, I don't believe in the lizard alien conspiracy,
That's
although
what
it's a very interesting conspiracy.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that there are secret cabals trying to influence my brain with signals or anything like that. And I'm not saying there's never any government cover-ups, because obviously there are various ups. I would be a fool to not believe that the government ever tried to cover up anything, which of course they do. But I'm not a paranoid person who finds conspiracies in everything and goes down these dark rabbit holes of, oh my God, could it be that A, B, or C, or D is happening? And then I'm not like that. And I think if you are like that, you're going to have a miserable life. I mean, because there's all kinds of things you can't control.
Yeah, but miserable, not necessarily. And interesting.
I think.
Now, I think there's levels of it. Because
I think a healthy. I think there's a healthy amount of skepticism that you should have about authority, of course.
Right.
But I think that you can just go way too far and see, a conspiracy in every dark corner, and then it'll just drive you nuts.
Right.
So,
right. But while I'm thinking about it, Fury, these are for what purposes? These are for what?
Entertainment.
That's right.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering. Yeah, true. And you're right. I mean, I have a tendency, there are just a lot of things that I can't explain that just seem out of the norm or out of whack. And it's those things that sometimes I'll, stop and find myself going, because it's one of those things that make you go, And so, like a lot of people, I think that some things just that maybe don't have much detail or aren't explained very well have a tendency to leave the mind kind of wandering. And so, and I know that, but there are people out there though too, that yes, down every single rabbit hole they'll fall, and one rabbit hole sometimes will lead into another one. And I think it depends on how far you take it. But there's something to be said for some of this stuff though that is a little hard to explain.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's fun to talk about aliens and cryptids and things like that. I mean, it's interesting and fun to talk about what various people believe and what they saw or what they think they saw. It's a fun and interesting topic. I mean, the unexplained.
It's good fodder.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about.
Right. Well, one of these days, one of these days you might be out and about somewhere, you know, just going about your daily life, and some really spooky thing is going to come up behind you and tap you on the shoulder and go,
If
"We're
it
here."
does, you will be the second to hear about it after me. Yeah.
I would hope so.
I will bring it on the very next episode of Hook, Line, and Thinker that's taped after that occurs.
It's a deal. And if you can get some video footage while you're pissing yourself, it'd be great too. So,
So, hey, you are.
And I'll make
ready?
sure it looks properly.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. Hey, you are watching Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast brought to you by the Groove Zone. We are on Groove Zone Network. And you are. What was that? I was doing good.
No, that was a.
Doing your noises. Okay,
Those are
stop
fireworks.
that. Okay, let me start over. Okay.
Here we go.
You are watching Hook, Line, and Thinker with your host, DJ D Phoenix, accompanied by me, DJ Fury, and we've got Rocky Hollen with us here today.
Ow.
You can catch us on X-Vibe Radio. You can catch us on the YouTube station we have. We also have a Facebook page that you can check out. We are glad to have you here. And yeah, did I do good? I think I did better on that one. I don't even have my little card with me today. It's downstairs.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
I left it downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
I did good though.
It's not even did you just do okay. It's like that was totally, you know, Hollywood rock star kind of stuff. And
once I write, it's because I wrote the card. Once I write something down, then it's there. Weird. Like I can write a grocery list and leave it at home, but because I wrote it down,
that's amazing.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Same here. Yep.
Oh, really? Oh, can you all do that? Okay, great. Well, you know, one of these kids just isn't like the others. So,
do you have my kid's disco ball behind you?
I do. And actually, if there was a way, is there?
Yeah, there's a switch on it. Yep.
Oh, check that out. Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, and does it hang upside down?
Yes, you can suspend it upside down. I've got the hardware for it.
Because that's just too cool. Okay. It's kind of like that scene from like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, in a way. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, and so this is for entertainment purposes only, obviously. And I am DJ D Phoenix, and we're coming to you from the South Puget Sound tonight, as well as up in the Auburn area. And hanging out with one of our new panelists, Rocky Hollen. Good to see you, my friend.
Good seeing you too.
Yeah. So,
nice
Rocky,
to meet you. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to just start this right off the bat, and I'm going to give you kind of like that same star treatment that I'd give all of our interviewees. Let me ask: has there ever been a time when you've looked up in the sky and seen something that you can't quite explain?
There was like a year ago, I was longboarding in Centralia, and I looked up and I was like, this white orb was up there, and I was like, what the heck is that? Come to find out, it was just a plane, but my glasses were horrible. I didn't have glasses at the time, so my vision wasn't great, and so it was just an airplane. But you know, whatever.
That's okay.
You never know.
I chased that thing down too. I was like, man. Oh, and this other time, I chased down Starlink. Come to find out, it was just Starlink up there, like because there was a bunch of stuff just following each other in the sky, and I was like, well, this is cool.
Is that the one?
Doesn't that look weird too when you first see it though?
It does look kind of weird.
Line of like of crafts that just follows. The first time I saw it, I was out in Yelm where there was like no like city light pollution, and I'm a little conspiracy hyper anyway. But I look up in the eye. I look up in the sky, and I'm like, you know, I'm old enough that I remember what satellites looked like way back in the day. If you laid there and looked, you might see one or two and they moved real slow and it was just one, right? And then I see this line of like a dozen and I'm like, oh, they're coming for us. And it wasn't. It was Starlink. So I'm getting used to them.
For people that didn't know, though, people thought it was I think some people thought it was an invasion.
I don't know what I thought it was. I just thought it was weird. But I got to give Rocky some credit for trying to
chase it down.
Follow this plane down on a longboard. Yeah, that's
it worked out for a little bit, and then it didn't. You know, of course.
Well, Dee and I, we were a couple. I know we've talked about this before, but Rocky hasn't heard this. We were leaving a friend's house out near Black Lake few weeks ago, and we're driving along. It was what, 10:30?
Yeah.
In this kind of residential area, and Black Lake doesn't have a lot of light pollution. And we noticed 2 Chinook helicopters follow. Well, I noticed because Dee was driving. I looked up and they're following this like bright white thing. It was not a plane. It was not. I mean, it was weird. It looked like an orb, but nothing was blinking. It was just this really bright white light, and they were following it for sure. It was clear as day. And then, so he pulls off the road real quick so we can try to like look at it. But as soon as he did, the white light disappeared. So it was just the helicopters. But we also saw this, what was it, 3 or 4 teenagers standing in the road?
Yeah.
And they had been looking up at it too. And these are teenager boys. They've got better things to do than be checking out the helicopters in the sky if they're just helicopters. And there was something weird. I don't know what it was, but I still think it was a little off.
Rocky, what do you think in a situation like
I
that?
think if you don't get pictures, they don't count, right? Like if there's no video proof, then what's going on?
It happens so fast. I couldn't even. I know, because that's my thing too. Like, you got to get proof, right? Otherwise, you're Randy Quaid in Independence Day, and nobody is going to take you seriously. But it's so hard when it happens fast like that.
Right.
Because
you're mesmerized. First of all, you can't take your eyes off of it.
And it never looks the same on video as it does in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Like you try to take a picture of the moon, you're like, the moon looks so amazing. You try to take a picture of it, you're like, this is lame. This is not cool.
Right.
Yeah,
it looks
on your
horrible.
camera, you see like a pinpoint, and you're like, that's the moon. No, I'm pretty sure that's the moon. But yeah, you pull your camera, your phone away, and it's like just massive right there. What happened?
Weird. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe we're not supposed to be taking pictures of it.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that's
a
true.
completely different conspiracy theory all on its own.
That's more of like a spirituality theory. I think maybe that's along spirituality type of thing.
I kind of feel like it's all connected in some
100%,
way, shape, or
100%,
form.
yeah.
You know?
What's also crazy to think about is like if humans were able to travel like at light speed, like let's say 1,000 years ago,
close to it.
real close to it, and they were to take off towards like the nearest star, and then they would try to return trip here to us, they would be like 50,000 or 100,000 years in the future, and so they probably look completely different, or like life would be obviously completely different, and so they might look like aliens to us at this point.
Right.
Right.
For sure.
It's kind of interesting.
There are so many different ideas, so many different theories, and it's like, according to the, different sources, there's also so many different kinds of 35 different artists, aliens that have all been here, special guests, and like there's a whole scope. Republica, are you familiar with them?
Yes, absolutely.
They did that song "Ready to Go."
No, I love "Ready to Go." It's on my normal rotation. Yeah.
Saffron's been on with me twice. And actually Fury and I were talking about it. We're going to try and get her back on. I just messaged her a couple days ago and told her it's overdue. So not really anybody that has been on has said an absolute no that they wouldn't come back on. Well, except for Paul Fishman of Reflex. Okay, we need to stop. Introductions made. So, Duckie, this is Celeste and Gabriel. This is DJ Fury. I'm DJ D Phoenix. Speaking of which, hey guys, how you doing? You are watching and listening to the Groove Zones Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast here on both X5 Radio and our YouTube channel. How y'all doing? Thanks for tuning in today. I'm coming to you from the South Puget Sound area. With me today, I've got from the Seattle area, I've got DJ Duckie.
How you do?
Welcome back, my friend.
Nice to be back.
Yeah, we'll find something for you to piss on today, I promise. I guarantee. Well, maybe not. We've also got one of our regulars, also our station manager recently, DJ Fury from the Olympia area is with us.
Hola.
We need to see your mouth. Actually, there you go.
Why? What do you want with my mouth?
Well, I'd like to be able to see it.
Okay, so That's
Sorry,
the thing,
it's
though. I
tech
don't
issue.
know what you guys are seeing, because if my view of you guys is limited, how
Mhm.
much can you see of me?
That's perfect right there.
Oh,
No,
that's
yep.
obnoxious, but all right. Okay.
Okay.
Trying
Okay.
to keep like Tank Girl and the crows and stuff in there, but
Or is
it's
it
on my
just
stand and it's gonna want to fall over.
is it just me? Can you guys see her fully and I'm not?
Right now, we can see your whole face. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
And
can see your face and the lettering on her shirt. I can see.
really?
Okay.
Yeah, Youngblood.
Wow. I can't.
Wow, I see that part. Yeah.
I have
interesting.
my phone is in portrait mode right now. It's so.
So
Oh,
if
I
I
wonder what happens if I turn.
Oh wow.
Well, that's not fun. Let's not do that.
well,
Great shirt.
for some of
Okay, we're
you,
just gonna hope. I'm gonna be wobbly today. That's just all that's gonna happen.
so what happens if
So
I set
hi guys.
the side? I wonder if it works that way.
I don't know. Then you drop it and break your foot.
I know. And also from the North Cascade Mountain Range here in Western Washington. Of course it is. We have Celeste and Gabriel. Hello.
Howdy.
And Gabriel, this is your first time with us, yeah?
Yes, it is. I'm delighted to be here. Yeah,
Cool. Well,
thanks
I'm
for
really
having
glad I'm glad you could be here. And Celeste, this is number two. Number two for you. Right, yeah. So we're Celeste
At least,
and
yeah.
our two of our newest panelists, Duckie being a returning panelist, as well as Fury. So don't know who's popping on today, so I don't want to waste any time. And I was actually going to have Fury do a intro, but that's okay. Where should we start today? I know Fury and I were talking a little bit ago about the seismic activity that's been going on.
I would love to discuss.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, cool. And then I'll tell you what, for starters, Fury, you want to update everybody that's not familiar with what's happening as to what's happening?
You just always got to put me on the spot like that, huh? Okay, so so there's these things that we had drills for when we were little kids in school, and we all got under our desks, right? Do they still do that? I don't know if they still do that. They have different drills. But we had earthquake drills, and we've all known, especially I love kind of the fact that we're all in the Pacific Northwest today. I'm sad that some of our other people can't be here, but we are on the fault line. That's kind of going off. And we all know about the Ring of Fire, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Not that Ring of Fire, although that's a good Ring of Fire.
Right.
This is a bad Ring of Fire. So
Okay.
all the plates are shifting, and now we've had so I didn't fact check this, but we had 2 decent sized earthquakes in Alaska, which is fairly common, right? But they happened, and then the big one in Russia, just off the Russian coast, actually, is where it was. And that was the 6th biggest earthquake in history, in recorded history. And now, there's a volcano just north of where the epicenter of that Russian earthquake has started to erupt, and hasn't in hundreds of years. It's either 400 and something or 6 something and 100 and something. I can't remember now.
That's why.
And then we had this cluster of earthquakes in California in the Rialto area the other day. And we all know, California gets quakes. We know that.
Yeah.
Now, wait, we have to go back up north. I forgot something. Mount Rainier. I want to say Mount Tahoma, but for everybody that doesn't know it as that, it's Mount Rainier. Always has a few little earthquakes every year. Since July 8th, there's been over 1,000 of them.
Really?
And I did fact check that. Yes. And they've been minor, but that's how volcanoes happen. And they have those the seismic detectors up there for reasons. That's part of how they kind of predict, but we don't even know how to predict volcanoes at this point. And Mount St. Helens was absolutely like the eye-opening one to tell everybody, yeah, you can maybe kind of guess when it's gonna like pop off, but you don't know how and you don't know when. This one, for I don't know, maybe the younger audience that doesn't understand or doesn't know the Mount St. Helens story. It blew out the side, not up, not even diagonal, out the side, and caused one of the biggest. I would have to fact check this. It was a huge landslide. I want to say one of the biggest landslides ever.
So
yeah, I mean,
I've got a question, and I'm wanting to remember what it was that we saw. Yeah. Okay. So who came up with the name the Wolfman?
I did.
You did? Okay.
I did because I like old Universal horror films.
That's where, okay, well, that was pretty apparent, but I just had to make sure. Okay, so we do a podcast. We've had a podcast going on now for about the last 5 years, and it's called Hook, Line, and Thinker. Started with the Australian recording artist, Deb Effects, and myself about 5 years ago. And on this podcast, we discuss all kinds of fringe topics. Everything from like GMOs to depopulation to the elite, any kind of weird like government cover up or project. But we also cover cryptids, things more along the lines of like your Loch Ness monster, your Sasquatch, your Bigfoot. But we also Dogman, which is basically the common or the modern day werewolf.
What a Dogman?
Have you heard of them before?
That's the question.
No, I know all about cryptids. I know, but I have a passing interest in that stuff. You know,
Okay.
I watch all those. I watch all those documentaries where people go and there's a guy called Josh Gates. He's had about 10 series of this stuff where he goes out and he investigates fairies or Bigfoot or the Yeti. He never fucking finds anything.
No,
but, because it's not there. But
if they found it, that would be the end of the series.
That'd be the end of the world.
They can't find anything.
Right.
Because it's probably not there.
Okay.
But all those programs are sort of all those programs. I mean, I do like them, but I know they're not going to find. There's never going to be a resolution. Like there's a big program about. There's all those Bigfoot programs, and they go out into the forest. They always go out at night.
Right.
How are you gonna find it at night?
Well, that's why you have That's why you have the infrared.
Would it not be better?
Vision goggles.
Would it not be better to go out during the day?
Unless Sasquatch aren't out during the day, but you know that they are because you see the grainy footage.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny?
I know it's done for dramatic effect.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like all those ghost busting programs where they take people to haunted houses and
old asylums and
then people start crying and having breakdowns and really scared. There's one in England. Do you know the band Happy Mondays?
Yeah, actually, Cab Sandu has been on with us.
Who's been on?
Cab Sandu. He was picked up by Happy Mondays within the last 10-15 years to tour with them.
Oh, right.
So we've had one of the members of Happy Mondays, but Sean Ryder though.
Sure, yeah, Sean Ryder and Bez, and so they took Sean Ryder and Bez to some like terrible Romanian castle, and Sean just shit himself like I as I would. I mean, it was just wanted to get out, started crying, just let me out of here, fucking hell, fuck this, and Bez wasn't bothered at all. He thought it was great. He was just laughing. He didn't believe in any of it.
Right. Oh my gosh.
They made him sit in a torture chamber in the pitch black, and he wasn't bothered.
Really?
Yeah.
What show was this?
the sensory deprivation
What show was
alone
that?
to get
I can't remember. It's called like Ghost Hunter or Ghostbusters.
Okay.
It was short.
Wow.
You have so many of them.
Sean and Bez You know, Sean and Bez look for ghosts.
Okay. It's different to talk about it though, as compared to actually going out and putting yourself in a position where you might actually just encounter something.
Yeah, no, if I did it, I'd just run away. I mean, I'd be terrified.